Hi everyone, welcome to your daily reading. This is the daily message for today's Sunday, November 17th, 2019. Happy Sunday to you all. Hope everyone is doing well. And for your reading today, we're using the Nicoletta Ceccoli Tarot. These are the mini cards. And I'll also be pulling an oracle message from the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish. So hopefully that sounds good. Let's go ahead and get started. This is a general reading for all signs that may be watching. I'll call out the signs as I see them. Spirit, what is the message you'd like to deliver to the collective for? We have 5 of Swords for Sunday. Today is Sunday, November the 17th, 2019 for all signs. Okay. We have the Hierophant. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. Underneath the deck, we have the 4 of Pentacles. All right. Definitely getting a bunch of messages here. The first message that came in right off the bat is someone is preparing a stew today. I'm seeing someone chopping up vegetables, literally preparing a stew. I'm seeing carrots, I'm seeing turnips, like root vegetables, which is great because that is helpful for grounding. If you're ever wanting to ground your energy, one of the best ways you can do that is actually by eating root vegetables, as they do correspond to the root chakra. Yeah, because they come from the earth, right? Just trying to get this to focus. There we go. Hello. So yeah, we have the 5 of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Pentacles. I'm also getting, with this 4 of Pentacles underneath the deck here, I'm definitely getting Venice, Italy, underwater. I'm seeing the water. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just seeing I'm seeing Venice, Italy. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this image, the reflection of the city underwater. And something about the place, something about buildings underwater. So there's a whole community that's underwater that actually takes place underneath there. So I don't know what that means, but something about there's some secrets or some treasures here that are going to be uncovered. And I'm getting Venice, Italy here. So there's something underwater that we are that's going to be exposed, or that's going to come up to the surface. All right. Now, with the signs, I'm definitely getting Taurus, air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and earth sign energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So let me get into the actual message here. 5 of Swords, we have a little girl, looks like Alice in Wonderland, trying to chop off the turnip's head here. So it's nastiness. 5 of Swords, nasty energy. You know, we have verbal conflict here. We have a bully, right? We have, it's bullying behavior. It's someone who is, you know, they're not very nice. They're not a very nice person, maybe, or they say things that are not very nice, or they see how she's sitting on top of the turnip or the carrot here. She's trying to chop off his head. So, right, so we can say that this is not very nice communication, or this is bullying behavior. With the Hierophant here, I'm hearing monkey see, monkey do. All right, so I'm actually getting that this is the energy or person of someone who puts on a mask. Like, they look like they're doing the right thing. They may be one thing in private, but they're another thing in public. So this can be someone who claims to be a spiritual person, or You know, maybe they are a teacher or maybe they have another role. But I just feel like oftentimes this is about lessons. Who or what has been your teacher? So someone can be in a position to teach someone a lesson here. All right, because I do see people begging for forgiveness, and but it's almost exaggerated, right? Having that there's a monkey here, and when I say monkey see, monkey do, it's kind of like do as I say, not as I do. So I'm seeing someone here whose actions do not match up with their words. In fact, they may not practice what they preach. That's what I'm saying. Someone that doesn't practice what they preach. It's a bit of a preacher type energy. So this can't even be a preacher or someone, like I said, a priest or someone who is in the, I'm getting the Vatican or the church here. What we do behind closed doors is different from who we are maybe in the public or in a position of authority, because this is often someone in a position of authority. Now we do have the Two of Pentacles here. So this is, obviously we have someone juggling, and I'm going to look at the objects now a little bit up close. And I'm seeing buttons, obviously, which can be used for sewing. We have little balls. She's juggling little balls here. And then there's something else, which I can't quite pin down. Oh, it's, this is a little tool you use for darning socks. Okay, so with the items, I'm definitely seeing someone that can be debating whether to fix something, to make something right, or to let it be. They're trying to make some kind of decision here of what to do. This can even be someone who's deciding on what costume to put on next, what role to play. Because I'm seeing two very different personalities here. The Hierophant is someone that wants to do the right thing or is trying to conform in some way. And then we have someone here who's just really nasty and just maybe is more of trying to have the upper hand. So anyway, this is someone who's going to also potentially confused. All right. You don't know, because they juggle in their head, because they're confused and they're juggling in their head, what role to play. They don't really know themselves which of these things is going to fall first. You know, will it be that they're going to try and fix something, or will it be that they're just going to continue with the behavior? So the overall energy is the Four of Coins. All right, so we have someone here. I don't know if you can see, there's a little girl looking at her reflection. Everything is very still. It's so still that we can see a perfect reflection. When water is very still, it creates a mirror image, right? So that's actually what I'm seeing is stillness. But with stillness, there's stagnation and there's lack of action. So essentially, I'm seeing someone who is not taking action. They may just be going back and forth in their mind or playing different roles or role playing, but there's no action being taken here. It's a very stagnant energy. And it's an energy of conserving, you know, whether saving money, saving, conserving emotional energy, whatever. That's the Four of Pentacles here. So I'm not really getting, like, it's interesting. I'm not getting necessarily a story here. I'm getting someone, like, I'm getting multiple facets of a personality coming through. And this is the situation that it's creating. Okay, so I'm basically, what I'm seeing is I'm just describing, what I'm describing is someone's behavior is what I feel like I'm describing. How this person is portraying themselves. You know, that's kind of what I'm getting. A portrayal. Okay. Spirit, what is your guidance for tomorrow, Sunday, November the 17th, 2019? And please help clarify this reading. Okay, we have vulnerability. It says, open your heart, allow yourself to be tender. Okay. I just want you to think about that message for a moment, and then I'm going to read a little bit here. Because I'm actually not seeing someone who's being tender here. This is a sharp energy. This is a costume. And this is someone who's going back and forth, back and forth. So it's extreme energies. It's not being vulnerable. It's actually what happens when we can't be vulnerable. We don't allow ourselves to be vulnerable. And of course, one of the reasons why someone may not be vulnerable, there are many reasons, but obviously if someone has been hurt recently, or if someone is going through something that may be difficult to, or if someone is afraid that they're not going to be treated well, or that they're not going to be accepted, of course that may be another reason. But I'm not here to give excuses or reasons. Let's just go ahead and see what's going on. But the guidance is number 39, vulnerability. And it says we all need and crave a sense of belonging. It is deep and primal. It is at the very core of our survival instincts. For in tribal days, if we were outcast, we were either left as food for the sharks, or we became strong and wise in our hermitage. These challenges and hero journeys within are our keys to inner strength and a sense of belonging to the all that is. And yet what makes this heroic and what makes this beautiful is that we can be deeply hurt as much by our communication with others as by our distance from them. At this time, you are being asked to open up, display your wounds after a time building trust, and share the vulnerabilities within. You are strong and you are a survivor, but you are fragile too. Deep, intimate connection can only be created by deeply understanding who we are, what we reject and dislike about ourselves, and bringing home and nurturing back to health that which we have forced away. This can require therapy, counseling, and deep vulnerability. The power of this vulnerability is that you break through into freedom, self-love, and attract others with your open heart. It may return from time to time. It is often a theme in our life. It also says here underneath the Mermaids sing, this is the quandary of the modern human as far as we can see it. There is an enormous desire to avoid pain, to avoid anything that leads to emotional distress. And yet the very thing that allows such a thing to happen is one of your greatest powers. Your vulnerability is beautiful and we are drawn to it. And yet so often you feel foolish and embarrassed for feeling vulnerable. And you do your best to hide your tenderness. You feel as though you will be abused simply because you are open and willing to trust and able to love and be kind. But how attractive and appealing are those most lovely of human qualities? I definitely see this paradox coming through here. And All I can say is that it's up to the individual to choose. Obviously, my advice is that you are being guided to be vulnerable with a specific person or group of people here. You're being guided to open your heart, and I'm definitely getting that that's the hardest thing to do right now. But that is that is what is being urged. That is what is being guided. Otherwise, this is what we get. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, my information is below in the description. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.